Hey, Staying Unified. So this is a quick demo on the app Classkick. So because it's an app, I'm going to mirror my iPad here. So this is the teacher iPad. And when you are a teacher in Classkick, it really is just the app. There's a website that'll give you some information about it, but if you want to actually use it, you have to download the app. So I'm going to click Teacher, head this way. If you don't have an account, you would create a new account over here on the left. If you already have an account, you would sign in. And here's what it looks like. So Classkick is kind of, you can use it in multiple different ways for math, for all content areas. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to create these assignments. And each assignment is kind of its own thing. So I can create add new assignment. It'll have me name the assignment. And then it gives me 3 blank, almost like whiteboards. On these whiteboards, I can write something. So this might be 5x plus 2, 80. I really should think in advance. So I can create a new assignment. It's going to have me name the assignment. And then it gives me 3 blanks, like whiteboards almost. So from here, I can write out something with just my finger. So I could say, show your work. And I could write out a math problem like 5x plus 2 is equal to 82, and they could use that to solve. I can also erase if I needed to erase any of that. I can also add a picture, and it'll ask me to open up my camera roll. So I could take a picture from a math book or from something. I could take a screenshot. It'll also let you type up something. So I could have, instead of handwriting show your work because it was a little messy, I could have typed it out. And then the last thing it'll let you do is record your voice. So record some instructions. You would just click the microphone, click record, and then record your voice. Only the teacher has this capability, so students can't record their work, but the teacher can record some oral directions. So I'll stop that recording and actually delete it by dragging it over to the trash can. So those are the different options that you have. When it comes to assignments, the alternative to creating just a blank assignment is that you can upload PDFs. So it allows you to link your Google Drive, and you can click Upload PDF. And after you've linked your @singerusd.net Google Drive account, it'll open up your Google Drive, and you can kind of search through the different folders and choose a PDF. I'm not going to do that one, but just as proof that you can do that and that there can be multiple pages, that it will, as these load, it'll separate each. So this, for example, was one of the K2 DPAs. It'll load each page as of the PDF as its own page on the assignment. And this one had like 40 some odd pages. So there's really not a limit that we can think of. I wouldn't necessarily want an entire block of PDF or text using Classkick. What I would do is like more a close reading, a smaller text, and using it to practice annotating for those students that really need some more help with annotating. But just as an example, so here's my math example. I have these rosters, and these rosters are what our students are going to use to sign in. So to make a new roster, I just click the plus sign underneath roster. I create a new roster, write a name. I can choose a different color. I'm just going to leave that. I can choose red. And then this class code is what the students are going to join with. I'm actually not going to use that roster. I'm going to use this Katie's class, so E6E. And what I'm going to do is have another iPad come up, and that's going to be the student iPad. So we have the teacher iPad over here on the right, and then the student iPad. So I'm going to type in that class code. It doesn't matter. It's not case sensitive. It actually defaults and just makes it capitalized. So E6E OK3. And then the student would type in their name. They do get free reign over that. So just some classroom management, and make sure that they actually type in the correct name or your ID number. And then you click go. So when they sign in, it actually ties them to that specific assignment, or that assignment over here that I created. So the 3 question sheets that the teacher sees are also going to be what the student sees. And then the really cool thing about Classkick is that as the student is working on it, so as a student, I'm going to be over here working, and I'm going to say, I'm going to choose orange, and I need to add 3 to both sides. So now I have 5x equals 25. Oops, made a mistake. Got to get that eraser. 25. And then I'm going to divide to isolate that x, and now I have x equals 5. So the coolest thing is now as a teacher, I can come over here and view student work. And it's going to show a lot of the different examples. I'm going to scroll to the bottom because that's where my student is. So I can see that the student work is right here. And then I, as a teacher, can actually come over here and choose a new color. So I can choose this purple and I can say, oh, great job. And as you can see, it showed up on the student device and it actually says teacher is helping. Back on the student device, over here on the left, there's a little hand in the corner. If the student needs help, you can choose for the student can choose to either ask for help or to ask the teacher to check. They can also choose that they want help from the teacher only. And that's because, now shift your direction over to the teacher side. As a teacher, you can choose whether students can help each other. So on this assignment, I can see up, there it is, the little hand up at the top. Right now it's saying that Michelle needs some help or has asked me to check. And I can also, on the little checkbox down there, allow students to help each other. So say there were students and they were asking for help and there were lots of hand raised and you couldn't get to them all, you can check that box and the students would actually see when another student needed help. And so right here on the student page, I can see that one person needs help and it says not Michelle's name, but a baffled bear needs help on question number 1. And I can hop on over to that question. And as a student, I can see what the other student had already done. So now I'm in helper mode. And in helper mode, I can choose a different color and say like, oh, well, how did you get from, there's a missing step right here. What did you do here? Like, yes, you have the correct answer, but you need to show your work. So like what step is missing there? Now back on the teacher mode, I can see that on Michelle's work right here, right above student, it says that student is helping. So I know that Michelle didn't write that the student was helping that. The other thing about the student is that they can't just go and erase all of Michelle's work. They can only erase the things that they wrote. So that's really helpful. And then on the teacher side, I can click on the little student and it says, oh, student helped one classmate. So as you go through, you can see, and this is from a previous training, but you can see like Martha chose to help Jillian. And I can go back and I can see Martha's work. So each assignment is tied to that roster number, and each assignment would have when they signed in, they would have a different roster number based on that assignment. So for example, the Katie's class here has a different SPL 003 as opposed to on the math example, it was E6E. So that is Classkick in a nutshell. If you are interested, you can work in your groups and kind of take turns, one signing in as the teacher and then giving the class code to the students, and then kind of go from there. You can also go to the Classkick website and look at some of the tutorials and some of the example problems that they have there. I hope it's great fun. It's a great formative assessment tool. It allows the students to self-assess and be able to raise that hand if they have some questions, and also to help each other and kind of get empowered in that way that they can be the helpers. And that is Classkick. Thank you.